Betty Phillips started a career in her native Vancouver as a serious soprano, appearing in many local productions, including Theatre Under the Stars. She had her own CBC radio series, Betty Phillips Sings, and she sang in operettas and operas, the most memorable with Joan Sutherland in the Vancouver Opera Association's production of Norma. Although over the years we've seen Betty in several local television programs, she's remembered by most of us as the co-star with Ernie Prentice of the network folk song series Too Dum. Together they were billed as Canada's favorite folk singers.
Those were the days, of course, when we had to do shows live, television live, and without cue cards and without teleprompts. We used to occasionally, if we had long folk songs, and as you know, most folk songs have many, many, many verses, and so we had to do a lot of memory work every week. And occasionally, you would go on the set and you'd see a few words scribbled on the corner of the bench, or on a lamppost, or on a fence. Just maybe the beginnings of a verse that you were having particular memory problems with.
Some got drunk and some got boozy. You went home with black-eyed Susie. Hey, black-eyed Susie. Hey, pretty little black-eyed Susie. Hey.
When I was younger, I was very, very busy. As you get older, the roles thin down, because playwrights just don't see middle-aged women as the movers and shakers of this world.
You went back to UBC in 1972. Why did you do that?
Well, it was something that I had always wanted to do. And I guess I was in a kind of slack period. And I'd said this to my husband, Peter Howarth, a couple of times. Golly, you know, I wish I'd gone to university. I'd love to go to university. And so one night he said to me, well, why don't you? And I said, do you mean that? Because it would make a great difference in our lives. He said, yes, if you really want to go, go. And I ultimately completed and got my Bachelor of Arts degree in '76. I loved being a student. It was wonderful.
When in your career do you think you were the happiest?
Oh, I can think of productions that I was in that I really looked forward to doing every night. I think maybe one of them was the production we did of King and I in Theatre Under the Stars. That was, it's a beautiful show, and I think it's a beautifully constructed show. I remember I enjoyed every minute of it. I suppose certain music made me very happy to perform. I certainly enjoyed doing Too Dum. I loved doing folk songs.
Sounds of laughter everywhere as the dancing voice swayed to and fro. I must declare my heart is dead, though I've been from Spain to Mexico. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around, 'cause I left my loving man in Kingston Town.
I'm completely amazed at how busy you are these days.
Well, these periods come and go, you know. It seems to me that sometimes when you're asked to be in a play, everything else happens at the same time. At the moment, I'm enjoying being back to Beulah at Vancouver Playhouse. And today I'm having a couple of film auditions as well as this. So it just happens that everything happens at once. It's a crazy business, you know. No security, but lots of excitement.
And Betty continues her multimedia career in film, television, and on stage.
Next week, we check out the Bruce Allen empire, talk to Randy Bachman and Bruce Fairbairn, and we'll meet the Jingle Kings, Brian Griffith and Brian Gibson.
And I'll chat with the Beachcombers' Robert Clothier, that's a relic to a lot of you, and to high jump champion Debbie Brill.
We're going to leave you with the Irish Rovers. Sure. And we'll hope that you'll join us next week. Good night, Lynn.
Good night, Terry. Good night, all.
Good night.
Might have been the gin. Everybody. Could have been the 3 or 4 six-packs. I don't know. But look at the mess I'm in. My hands are like a football. I think I'm gonna die. Tell me me-oh, me-oh.